And we're live. Hello. Hello, everybody. Greetings. Welcome to Time of the Week,
where we always talk watches.
And drink coffee.
Oh, today we're changing it up. I like it.
Yeah.
Not quite, but it's probably more along like Sam's lines, that one.
Yeah.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Never said you were.
They go to meetings, right?
Listen, if the shoe fits.
True. There you go.
You've got to get through lockdown somehow.
Very true. You ran out of heroin.
Not the arms. Not the arms. Come on.
Run out of veins.
Yeah. It's not enough. It's not enough. Well, as everyone can see, it's not the usual cast today. Sam ditched us.
My sex change went well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately, Sam lost the hair
removed.
in the process.
Off. These came off.
Yeah.
And they kind of took it all and scrummed it together and just. So
yeah, that'll do.
Changed the accent slightly as well. We're all good.
Sort of went through a blender and then thought, oh crap.
Very nice.
Quick. Put them back together.
I to start with. Yeah.
I feel sorry for your girlfriend.
Oh, I don't have one now.
What?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I thought people would have known that with the way I was talking in the last couple of episodes of the show.
Oh no.
Yeah, you don't listen to our show. We just don't listen to yours, obviously.
Yeah,
Seems
we just
to be
act like we do. But we just text you, be like, "Oh my god, last week's episode was so good," and you're like, "Oh,
It's
thanks."
like skim the show notes. I just read the title of yours and go, "Yeah, that's what they talked about." It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Good job. Yeah.
They did a wrist check and got drunk. Usual.
Pretty much covers it. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what we like to do.
It's another Wednesday.
It works.
Sometimes
It's a
talk
winning
about
formula.
watches.
Why change it?
Exactly. I'm doing all right.
Yep.
Why not?
Good.
Oh, okay. So this will be the connection to the Tinder jokes you guys were making in the group chat. Then
You catch on quick.
This all makes sense. Actually,
it's been a really slow day.
Yeah.
we don't look. Yeah, we act like we're smart. We're not that smart.
You're a good actress.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate
How are
it.
those parts coming along?
Great. I'm my first rehearsal for my first play I ever got cast in is this weekend, and I'm really excited about it.
Is everything you've said in our group chat public?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So it's double congratulations for the part and the job. Good.
Thanks.
Yeah, Sam is absolutely winning her life at the moment. She's moved in with a boyfriend, got a watch,
Wow.
got a job, got a part in a play.
Yay! I know. I'm so happy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you guys in the same room?
He's at work right now. Oh, what?
Are you guys in
you
the
on
same
about-
room?
You want about me and Sam, or Sam
Yeah.
her boyfriend?
No, because it looks like you've got the same background, same colour of wall and everything. Mine's obviously slightly different.
If only.
It's just the universal color of wall, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. We need to start a petition and a GoFundMe to get Sam across here,
Mm-hmm.
and then us across to Vegas in November.
Yes.
No, that sounds like fun.
So much fun. I'm down.
We've got accommodation. We've got free booze sorted.
Yep.
You just need a sponsor to get you across.
We just need a sponsor to get us across. Yeah, and for Boris to let us across actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I can even come in. He's gonna kick me out. I'm vaccinated. That's yay.
You're ahead of me.
Yeah.
Rikki, you're old enough to be vaccinated, aren't you?
Listen to tomorrow's show.
Okay.
There is a huge story about me arguing for half an hour and then walking out.
Okay then.
Yep.
Right.
You heard it here, guys.
That was a very
Listen,
subtle hint for everybody to go and listen to the Scottish Watchers podcast tomorrow.
The Scottish Watches Anti-Vax podcast that comes out tomorrow at midnight.
It's basically just Rikki ranting, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much for 261 episodes.
That's every episode, yeah.
Have you guys done
Dave's
261 now?
Yeah, have you not listened to? Have you only listened to 260?
Well, because I listen to it on my way to work, as you tell me to do.
Yeah.
it just
And you don't
automatically
work,
skips
so-
to the next one. So I don't see the number.
Oh, okay. So what was your favourite thing
Yeah.
from the last episode?
From the last episode, the one that I texted you about earlier, I was like, really enjoying this episode that I'm listening to on the way to work.
It's amazing how text messages in this day and age can get lost.
The William Wood one, and the fire
Text you, sorry, did you not get it?
text. Sorry, so last year.
Oops, thoughts about that. So, do we talk about watches on this, or we just take the piss out of each other like a podcast?
A bit of both, to be honest, and especially if we've got a guest on, it's a bit more swayed towards the taking the piss.
Excellent.
I think.
I'm in.
Yeah. So today we are probably just going to talk about one watch, one new release, and then we're going to grill Rikki. I think is a good plan.
Yeah, great plan.
Grill Rikki. Calm down. You don't have to say anything. Like people can sense, like people that are just listening can sense what your face looks like right now.
Yeah. Dazed and confused. Usually when I'm speaking to you, that's the face I put on.
Usually.
Yeah.
Well, look at you with technology and stuff like that. I'm used to Rick. This is amazing.
So how does it work? So this is the new Oris Big Crown. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, new movement. I was really disappointed in the last watch that you put the new movement in because they didn't do anything with the watch. They didn't change it up. So I'm glad they've done something else, although it is limited edition. So, how do we feel about that?
Aren't the Holstein editions always limited to about 250 pieces?
Yeah, but when they brought out the new movement, I would have liked to seeing it in a new watch. And this is sort of new. It's got a new look, whereas the other one was basically an old model with a new movement in it. So this is If this wasn't limited edition, it'd be better. But
but I'm sure
38 mil.
Yeah, great size. But I'm sure the reissue, same movement, just different dial color or something. Later on, and more people can get it.
And then you've got the new teddy bear Oris movement.
I wonder if they've fixed the quirks in that one.
Fix the quirks on it.
The quirks.
Come on then, you know the quirks. Talk us through.
There was a small. There was a quirk. The wiggle quirk. Do you not remember that? Do you not listen to the show?
Wiggle,
Okay.
The wiggle quirk. Just in case anyone hasn't listened to your show.
Oh, you're so good at this. Yeah, so if somebody didn't listen to that show that you've obviously forgotten because you're an alcoholic, they had a problem with the Cal 400 where when you were setting the watch and you set it properly, because we're all like, we're a bit anal, that's your favourite thing. So when you get it set properly and you go to push the crown in, the time would shoot forward 5 minutes.
Oh.
Which defeats the purpose.
That's annoying.
What other brand does the wiggle? Is it Vostok? Does a wiggle with the
That's to set stuff. Vostoks feel like they're broken all the time. This doesn't feel like it's broken, but you had to. What they said was to take the tension off the wheels instead of setting it and pushing it in. You set it, you relieve the tension, give it a wiggle, and then push it in. That was their CTO that said to do that. So if he says so, then you have to.
That's too technical.
But you let them away with it because they made the movement look like a bear. I mean, come on.
They did.
Don't do that.
Tudor don't do that. No.
Yeah.
No, they display really boring movements, unfortunately. Sometimes.
They figured something out in the show. See this show that we keep promoting for tomorrow that everyone needs to go and check out? Me and
this
Dave
is not just free
this.
publicity for you, Rikki. This is
this is like going in a chat show, and the only reason you go in a chat show is because you've got a film, a book coming out, or something else. So I'm telling you about a podcast. So me and Dave figured out live on the show tomorrow.
Have you changed your name to Ryan?
No, but he's involved in tomorrow as well. So
I see.
Yeah. He's trying to arrange something really cool at the moment, and he keeps promising. Ryan promises the earth and delivers nothing.
Oh.
He promised.
Overpromise, under-deliver.
Oh my God! Well, not even
Is that his Tinder profile?
He's basically Hermes trying to deliver stuff. It's just right over your back garden. So he promised to deliver us a Hollywood celebrity who has disappeared for 6 months. That never happened. And I said, right, okay, you can redeem yourself. go and get this person that you're speaking to and see if they'd be interested in the show. Oh, that'd be dead easy. Give me 24 hours, guys. 24 hours.
Oh.
So, yeah.
He didn't
And it'd
say
be a
how
really
many
good one.
rounds of 24 hours, though.
He didn't tell us if it was like Earth 24 hours or Saturn. We're thinking maybe Jupiter.
Right.
Uranus?
You know? Well, we don't
Definitely
go there.
probably Uranus.
It's a touchy subject. Got to watch out for the Klingons around Uranus.
I think we could spend the whole show just making jokes about that. But we have some Watch Fam royalty. I'm going to call them that today. In the chat, we have Catelyn on, and the Gringo is in the house as well.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
No.
come on, ladies.
What is that the time? Got to be out here.
I feel like Catelyn's got some stories that she might want to share.
Oh, no,
and
listen.
Rikki will not want to share.
Assured mutual destruction with Catelyn.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's the downside of
knows.
sharing evenly.
You know. So,
So
our
Gringo
4 a.m. chats on do you
Great
think
question.
Sam
Gringo said, do you think Sam struggles with Ricky's Scottish accent?
No.
Doesn't everyone?
Not now. When I
No?
first started like listening to the podcast a while ago, I
Oh, you do listen. Okay.
every once in a while, you know, or I'll just text you and ask and tell you that I did and it was a great show. But when I
Your
first
play was
started,
great. Loved your play. It was great.
oh, thanks, appreciate it.
You were the third tree in the back. Is that right?
Of course,
So
actually,
sensitive, Rikki.
I was actually the Rock. You just missed it. I was just that good.
Oh, let me see your elbow.
Yeah.
So when I first started watching or listening to the episode podcasts, and you guys just talked really, really fast, and there was just certain things I would miss. I mean, I could understand you, but it was just certain words. Maybe
That happens. That'll happen tomorrow. So tune in for that. There's lots of swearing we have to cut out. Lots of F and C words that we cut the middle out so we can get away with things. And it's Scottish. It's like when me, Rick, and Dave ended up on a show recently, and we got so far in, and I had to apologise to all the American listeners because it was just a rabble of Scottish patter.
Right.
Yeah.
I think your accent is much worse when you're with Dave and Rikki together. Dave and Rick together.
Yes.
When you've got like an American or another English.
Slow people. Yeah, we have to dumb it down a little bit.
Well, yeah, sure, yeah. Just so people can actually understand you.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. We have to sort of
Trying to be nice.
space out the words a little bit.
Mr. Milgau said, listen to the podcast at 2 times to really mess you up. You're a sick man.
Yeah, that would do brain damage for sure.
Wait until we bring out the 8D audio versions and you can hear us rotating around the room.
8D.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
That's it. They're not actually human. They're robots.
Indeed.
Right. I suppose we should do a wrist check, really. Were you waiting for that, Rikki?
Well, it's 15 minutes in, and that is kind of what we do with Scottish
I mean,
Watches,
that's usually what you do, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like enough fluffing has been done. It's time for the wrist check.
Honorary, yeah. So you are the guest / guest host. So what are you wearing?
I was wearing, and I was wearing it today. This guy here, which is the Nodus Sector Sport. Yeah. It's like other way. Trying to get the light to catch on that dial. See? Because it's just lovely. Yeah, $300.
Dial.
These should be back in stock now because it's summer, and they said it'll be back in summer. NH35A, hacking hand wine, loomed plots, loomed indices, coloured date disc to match the dial. Perfect. Love it. One of my favourite little micro brand watches, but that and the Zelos are my two sort of favourite micro brands over the last year, as you know.
Just ruined one of my questions.
Oh, okay, sorry. Am I getting ahead? I'll just scroll back up the questions there.
Be surprised, yeah.
Be surprised, okay.
When it comes around. Yes. I don't currently have a Zelos at the moment. Zelos?
Oh, you sold it already?
No, I haven't.
Okay. That's right.
I traded it out as on borrowed time for the AP.
Oh, that was a shrewd negotiation.
No, it was like a token gesture at the end of the visit. Like
you're like,
Thanks for loaning us the Nautilus and the Royal Oak. I've got the Zelos.
Sure.
That's like you. It's you trying to pay for a McDonald's with leaves. It's like, here you go.
Do you know what? It worked though. He went out and bought one himself.
Oh, cool. Oh, who was that?
Nice.
Paul Blanford.
Oh, yeah.
P1 and then a bunch of other letters. Why can't he just have a normal username?
I don't know.
Not a bloody car reg.
It sounds like a passport form.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. But unfortunately, I do have to give them back soon. But I am actually missing the Zelos.
Yeah, but
I'm actually missing it.
It would be a shame if your house accidentally got broken into.
Oh, constantly locked. It's like Fort Knox in here. I'm constantly on edge.
It would be a shame if your house got broken into and all those watches that you'd borrowed disappeared and you had to claim the insurance or something like that.
Oh shit! You know where I live. You know where I live. Everyone is hearing this. Rikki knows where I live. If anything happens.
I deleted it out my sat nav.
It was Rikki.
It's fine.
It was Rikki.
He's just foreshadowing what's, oh yeah, I don't. Well, that'd be a shame, right? Like that would suck. If someone just came in, stole stuff, right?
Yeah, of course. That's it. What time is it at work again?
Actually, my other half works from home, so someone's in all day. Plus, the cat's pretty. The cat's pretty scrappy.
Well.
Oh, speaking of Paul, he's actually in the chat now. So it's F1 PTB.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Who on earth would lose a borrowed watch? Someone.
Oh, who said that?
Paul.
Okay.
Who on earth would lose a borrowed watch?
Topical.
Please don't lose mine. Sam, what are you wearing?
Today I'm wearing my Doxa back on its bracelet. I've been
love that Doxa.
Out by the water a lot lately, so I've been wearing my divers a lot and I'm on the bracelet, so love them. It's just perfect for summer.
I take it stopped snowing there.
Yeah, well I moved out of Colorado, right?
You did.
So no more snow. So I'm back to California.
Sunshine.
Where it's always sunny and always great weather. So now I get to just go to the beach or go to the pool without having to be like, is it snowing today? Yeah, it's great.
So we found a place that's got worse weather than Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know. Isn't Scotland just always cold? At least that's consistent.
No, not the last couple of days.
No.
It's skin cancer territory now.
You've seen the sunburn that I'm sporting.
Nice.
Is it the squashies, the squashy chewy sweets, like the blue and red ones? That's basically what my arms look like.
Yeah. I've seen that meme. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Oh. And Lucy, what are you wearing?
I was going to say no one's asking, but I'm wearing my DeVille today. A little Amiga DeVille. Quartz isn't always bad. We don't always frown on quartz.
No, just the majority of the time.
Just the majority of the time, yeah. When they're pretty, they're quite pretty. So I'll allow it.
That's a Rolex Oyster quartz you're wearing. No?
Yeah. No.
If it is, then it's fine. Otherwise, we will frown upon it.
Well, you can frown upon it all you want. I like it, and that's all that matters.
That's right.
You have to wear it.
Ooh.
Okay. What's next?
Oh, we did it. We did a wrist check within 20 minutes. So winner. I want to know, what did Rikki with hair look like? There's got to be a picture up there.
Is there? It would have to be a photo before I was 17.
Before you were 17?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you'd listened to the podcast, you'd have heard the story. I was at a party. Everybody was getting their hair shaved when they started to fall asleep and get tired. And somebody shaved my hair. And I thought, well, joke's on you because I like it. And I just kept it because I woke up and went, oh, Don't have to like do anything with this. Don't have to comb it, brush it, style it. When it's wet, don't have to dry it. Automatically dries within seconds entering the house. It's all good.
Oh wow!
And
Did
there's less
that
stuff
actually
to grab.
happen?
Yeah, it did happen. Yeah.
Don't you like a bit of like hair pulling though?
To other people, you know that. But yeah, it's fine.
Matt has
Totally.
told me a few times. Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't logged in under his name today. It's very strange seeing your own username.
I know. I do have a habit of that, but
You scared
No,
Cara by
I'm
popping
very
into the
good.
chat with a weird dude's name.
Ew.
I do need to
What?
get my own laptop at some point. So my previous job,
Listen-
I had a work laptop. Now I
Mhm.
don't because I don't work there anymore. So I have to keep logging in to my other halves. And I keep forgetting that when I log into Zoom chats, he's probably already logged into the Zoom chats. So it just pops up with like his name, and then I pop up, and Ricky's like,
Yeah.
"We're not letting this fall in."
Well, yeah, whenever
It's
I'm
probably
trying
like
to
that
do
anyway.
a proper serious podcast, a proper, journalistic integrity and all that, not drunk on Clubhouse or anything, and you're busy sort of knocking to try and get in to cause mayhem, and then your boyfriend's name come up, I'm like, nah, I'll just leave you just dangling there for about half an
Yeah.
hour and bring you in at the end. And then,
Oh,
what was it we did? Oh, it was the Watches and Wonders thing.
Yes,
And we
the
brought
Watches
you
and
in
Wonders
at the very
thing.
end.
Yeah.
And Ryan had spent about 94 minutes trying to explain about this GLC, and you just wade straight in, doof, 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 blah, 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 and then give us the price and go away. And everyone's like, yeah, that's what we wanted to hear, Ryan.
Oh, see,
Yep.
coming.
We're waiting for your book that comes out. It'll be like a pamphlet, but it'll be better than Ryan's book. So.
It will probably be a picture book, but it will be
a colouring in book.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then you can send it to Rolex, and then that will be their next year's collection.
Yeah. I think Rolex should just get one of those books where it's got the 3 strips. So you've got like the head, the body, and the legs. And you rotate them round, and they can rotate the colour of the bezels and the dial and the strap. And that's it. And you can pick the next colours for next year's season.
Do you think watch brands do that? Like, like the 3 sections, like the top bit would be movement type. So day only, chronograph, whatever. The next one will be size, and it will be like a variation of sizes. And the next one will be like dial color. And then they just like Russian roulette it.
Yeah.
Not Russian roulette. It's like the
One-arm bandit.
Jackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like going to Vegas. Some probably do. There's a lot of really... There's shady, inexpensive micro brands that get dreamed up in a lunch hour where they just go through like a Chinese catalogue and pick this, pick that, pick the other. I'll have 200 of them, thanks. And then there's people that really think about it. With Frank Stephenson, world famous car designers, also designed watches and stuff with Elon Musk. He's going to be racing buggies in the moon and all that kind of stuff. Listening to him and how he designs, or listening to the guys at Orage, because you were on a show with Marcella as well from Orage.
Yep.
They design watches using their brains, not just clicking through it to see what looks good on a computer screen to try and just sell it.
Right.
So 2 different trains of thought.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both work. It just depends on the audience.
And you can get a happy accident just clicking through different things, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And you can... I'm not going to say that this is what the guys at Studio Underdog did, because they didn't, but they did something with their watermelon dial that if you said a year ago, oh, there's going to be a watch comes out with a watermelon dial, it's going to be really cool, you'd be like, no chance. And then you see it and it works. So sometimes you just have to try stuff and see how it goes. And he's got some new things coming out as well that we can't talk about. I'll tell you a bit later.
I'm sure it'll end up on one of your podcasts soon.
No, we don't do things like that.
Oh.
We stick to embargoes all the time.
Dropping hints.
We drop hints and we bleep stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bleep stuff out.
We bleep stuff out, and we also take things out that brands say in interviews that could get them absolutely slaughtered.
Oh, I'm so excited for this after this conversation.
There are many stories. We helped a brand recently that was on the show doing an interview, and we took something out. We took about half a minute out, and it helped them dramatically. Yeah, because they were talking about something they thought was really cool, and it wasn't really cool at all.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Very awkward.
So awkward.
Yeah, there was a group chat with me, Dave, and Rick where I'm like, What does this sound like to you guys? What's your impression of this? And I didn't give any context. I just gave them like a minute's worth and asked them to have a listen, and they all listened to it, and they all came back and went, bit tone deaf that, delete. Yeah. So we're good guys. We don't screw people
Knock it
over.
out,
We don't
but keep it just in case.
knock one out. That's what you just said. Yeah, we remove all the bad stuff and, you know, keep the funny stuff.
It's less funny when you point it out, Rikki.
Yeah.
I know there's
did-
people listening to this that aren't quite sharp, so I'm just helping the slow coaches out.
Okay. I did notice that Catelyn did say, "I've seen a picture." I'm guessing that is in reference to Rikki with
That's
hair.
a different pick. That's a pick that begins with D.
That's going on the. That's on Ricky's OnlyFans. Catelyn's like the vetter. She checks them all before they go live.
Yeah, she's
That's
an
it.
exclusive member.
She's a
She
good
checks-
man.
Oh,
She's
exclusive.
very
Checks my
good
feet
man.
pics. She checks my feet pick. I check her hands picks. So it's all good.
That's just teamwork right there. And I don't
No
see
one
anything
should
wrong
have.
with it.
No one should have feet pick. No one should have feet picks.
No.
Why? No. Why does
right,
the
okay.
world?
There's a
why
market.
does the
We've got 2 women that use the internet, use Instagram, no social media. How many DMs per month asking for photos of your feet for money do you guys get?
none?
None.
Really?
No.
No.
Oh, you need to try harder. Those are rookie numbers. You pump them up.
I don't show my feet on Instagram, so maybe that's
No,
why.
Instagram doesn't need to see feet.
Mhm.
Unless it's, in shoes.
Okay. There's a black market for Instagram
black
influencer
market.
feet.
Actually, I'm pretty certain every time Gringa puts a shot on, including her feet, the whole comment section is just, "Oh my God, your feet. Oh my God, I love your feet. Oh my God, my glorious alien toes."
Wow. Okay.
She embraces it.
I think she's got the foot equivalent of my hands.
What happened there? What happened to that pinky?
The rest of, I don't know. I think I broke them when I was a child.
Aww.
They don't straighten. Forever bent.
You're like, it's one of your pinkies. It's like the butler at a scary movie. What this?
My strong hand.
That's the one.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not afraid to go there.
Wow, that's it. You can play the
Okay,
game.
we should interrogate Rikki now. We're sort of halfway in.
I thought you had.
Rather than taking the piss out of my hands, we'll take the piss out of Rikki if we can. I'm sure we could.
You could try.
Knock yourself out.
Okay, well, maybe start on some watch-related questions first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Get the serious.
we're supposed to be a watch show.
Enter gently.
Favorite release of 2021 so far? It's been a bit of a shit year. It's getting better. Including Watches and Wonders. What's been your favorite release? Doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be good or bad. Just your favorite.
Don't know. Come back to that. This is a problem.
You don't
Said it in the
know?
show before. When Watches and Wonders came out, there was that many releases from that many brands,
Oh.
compact right together. It's difficult. It's like trying to choose your favorite child. Very difficult.
Oh.
I was sort of hoping you were guessing that you were gonna go with the ball dropping AP, but
No. The jump in the
It
shark AP. No.
the jump in the shark.
Yeah. Oh. Well, why don't you give me an option of maybe like 3 or 5 and I'll pick from that my favourite? How does that sound? That narrows it down slightly. And it makes you do some work as well.
It does make me do some work. I'm like, shit. What's got to come out this year? What's 2021?
That's exactly what my brain said. What's come out this year?
Yeah.
I think because of lockdown, like the last year, the last year since like between was it May or March last year,
March
and now, it's all just been such a blur.
Mhm.
But it's been really good for the watch world, and so many watches have been released. It's crazy. It's hard to keep up with everything.
Adrian thinks that the last year is actually 2 years. Because I was on the phone to him, Adrian from Bark and Jack. and he was talking about something and saying, "Yeah, I mean, the first lockdown 2 years ago, this happened."
Whoa.
What? Whoa!
How
Yeah,
long have
different
you
space.
been inside?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, his wife must really keep a tight lid on him. Just trying to well, probably a better question would be, of the watches that we've had in this year, what's my favourite? That'd be good, because then I've had hands-on experience, and that would be the Elise Nardan that we had in, which was the Blast.
So I just cross out all of my questions and
That's not gonna work. We have a difficult
Okay.
guest.
Ricky's gonna like ask his own questions and answer his own questions as
How
well.
about we go this way?
I'm turning into Ariel Adams. That's what he does.
Actually, I'm gonna take control of this one. Got this.
No, instead of me saying, "Don't know, pass, come back to me later," I'm trying to actually give you some content because your show needs it.
I'm
Thank
pretty
you.
sure you. I'm pretty sure you were the one that gave us a thumbs up to start. So.
I'm sure that was Rick. Anyway, next question.
We're
that I can
not
avoid.
going to swear. We're not going to swear. Okay. Most memorable memory from a watch event. So you've only been in the watch industry about 4 years. 4 years now. 4.5, 5.
Hobby coming up 5.
Yeah.
Industry since the podcast, but I still don't consider what we do to be industry because we kind of fight the establishment. Best watch memory at an event, did you say?
Yes. Yeah. I haven't been to an event before, so
right. Oh,
living
okay.
vicariously through other people.
Best one, and it was because of being with Scottish Watches, not just turning up at things. It was I got an invite to the Zenith High Frequency Party at the last ever Basel World. So I went along with the guys from Chisholm Hunter. It was Chris Kirk and Isaac Brown, and we went across in the plane together. Get ready for Basel World. Went across in the plane together, went to the show. Everything's free booze throughout the show. They had this amazing thing. And the last year they had it, because everyone had left, like Swatch Group, Breitling, etc., they had taken that area in the concourse and turned it into a media centre. And unlike a normal media centre, if you go to a sporting event or whatever, and it's like a shitty little thing and you have to buy your own coffees and everything, this was plush. It had bottles of wine you could just lift and take and go and sit down and play on your computer. And they had beer, they had champagne, everything. They had whiskey, and obviously soft drinks, food, blah, blah, blah. So we were already tipsy during the day. And then because Chisholm Hunter, who they both work for, are main dealers for Zenith here in the UK, especially in Scotland, they had invites to this Zenith party at night. So I came along and I got in. And Julian Turner and all these, Spanish Rob was there. It was the first time I'd met Spanish Rob. Swiss Beats was there. Lost Frequencies. There was the singer that people know who I can't remember her name. Famous
Sing
female.
one of the songs.
No, she was in the pictures that we put up. I can't remember her name. African-American singer came across. She was there. Eve, that was it.
Love Eve.
Yeah, and it was like, because Zenith are part of LVMH Group, and part of that is Moe. It was free Moe all night, and we just get absolutely buggered. So it was 3 Scottish guys, free booze, in Basel in Switzerland, with all these superstars. Watch Anish was there. Waco was there, met him for the first time. And we stayed right to the end because we're Scottish. That's what we do. And the whole plinth of the word Zenith with individual letters, and we were lifting the letters up and rearranging the words and taking them out and just gone absolutely nuts. So that was the best watch
there's not
event.
too much you can do with those with those letters. But
You can throw them around and stuff and bench press.
Throw them around.
There's some photographs and some videos as well. There's some videos of just carnage. So that was the best watch event, and it was the last ever Basel World, so it was a good kind of send off.
Very cool.
And we'll never be invited to anything ever again since I've just said this.
Yeah. He's older now. He's more mature.
Yeah. I'm better now. I have recovered. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's part of the 12-stage program of recovering from watch events. Next question. Oh, actually, wait there. I might be able to show you something. Maybe. I am scrolling to see if I can find
Ross
that.
Tappy said you can take the boy out of Glasgow.
You can try. No.
It is an attempt.
I thought I had it. Right, you keep talking. I'll try find stuff.
We've got some very cool people in the chat. A lot of the Watch fam Hello everybody. View, Lydia, welcome. Hi. Well, I was gonna go on with more questions, but Ricky's not
I'm
prepared.
scrolling. I'm looking
this.
for something.
What are
there
you
we are.
looking for?
Got it.
Zent.
Well, that was right. If you can see I don't know how good
Okay, I can.
go out fully.
Yeah.
So the guy that's lying on the Z or the Z, that's Chris Kirk. The guy in the white shirt is Isaac, and there's me, and we're all pretending to do CPR on him.
Oh my
That's
god.
what we were doing. That's what we were doing at an official Zenith party. Absolutely buggered. So that was fun. Best watch event ever.
That was well worth the wait, let me tell you.
Next.
Has there been any watches that you could have gotten, but you just ended up not doing and you kind of regret it now?
Any watches I could have
Any watch
gotten?
regrets?
Yeah, any watch regrets that you probably could have gotten, but...
Oh, right, that I could have bought and I passed up.
Yeah.
An AP. I didn't push hard enough. I went to, God, when was that? 2017. 6 months into the hobby. Got the Rolex, the Batman. That kind of propelled me on my journey. And I like the look of the blue dial AP Royal Oak, the 15400 ST. But you can't get them in the UK. You can only get normal grey dials.
Right, yeah, blue dials are so freaking hard to get hold of.
Yeah, and they were hard back then. I mean, it's obviously unobtainium right now. But I'd gone across to Paris with the girlfriend at the time, and she couldn't understand why I wanted to go to Paris. But there's an AP boutique in Paris, so
of course.
Yep, I went
Like,
across there.
it's a really romantic location.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city.
See the amount of watch shops in that one street that lines right up to the top. Anyway, that's beside the point. So I went into the AP boutique and put my name down, and the guy said, this was September, and the guy said it'll be January before yours is in. And then he chased me up November to see if I was still interested, and I said yes. And he said, okay, give me a shout in January, and I didn't. And if I had, that would have been, what, 14 grand back then, and that would be worth how much now?
Madness,
So,
absolute madness.
Or other watch regret would have been the first watch I bought, which everyone knows the story, it was buggered, and I returned it to the shop, and that's what made me learn about watches instead of just, oh, that's cool, fashion accessory. The second one that I got was the GMT LN, which is the black and green version of the Batman I've got and kept today. If I'd kept that watch instead of selling it for 5 grand, that's worth 12.5 just now in the space of 4 years. So that'd been good. Watch regret.
Now, watch inflation is in the grey market is just insane.
Yeah.
Everything, and you're seeing it even with, well, you've seen it with Hodinkee limited editions, you've seen it with the Q Timex and the Casio when that first came out, so it's not even just Rolex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even smaller, sort of more affordable brands are becoming a bit like that now.
Well, Ming and everybody like that.
Yeah.
I'm getting normies getting in touch with me. You know about watches? I'm looking to invest. I was thinking watches. Everyone's telling me watches are a great investment. I'm like, oh, this is going to be the downfall of everything.
Don't ruin the watch world. Go away.
Don't corrupt.
Unless you're into watches, get out of the industry.
Yeah, go and buy Ethereum or something like that, or GameStop stock. Just leave watches alone.
Hasn't that moved on now?
It's like, well, probably, but this was a few months back. It's like, remember the thing, leave Brittany alone? It's leave watches alone. That should be the hashtag now.
Yeah.
Let's start it.
I've only been in the watch world like a year properly, intensely, and I'm very protective of it.
Good. Yeah, you've gone balls deep, just like I did.
Yeah.
I think it was Rick that said recently, oh, you know, it took you a wee while, Ricky, to get into things. You know, you kind of dipped your toe in the water a little bit. And I said, what are you talking about? I bought a watch and ended up in Baselworld a few days later. You can't really go harder than that.
I move quick.
Yeah, come on, Rick, catch up.
Yeah, started an Instagram page June last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm harassing people all over the world. It's great.
It's great. Hold on. You started an Instagram account last year.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're interviewing the head female journalist at Hodinkee. What?
I still can't believe that happened. Like,
that
she's so cool. She really is. She's such a lovely person.
Did you listen to the show back?
Yeah.
Did you spot the bit of cutout?
Yes.
Yeah, that was at their request, and it was something they said. It was something Kara said, not something we did or we said. So we were squeaky clean on that one.
Yes, we were very squeaky clean. We were very, very squeaky clean with it. Yeah.
We done good.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get back on. Maybe we can get her on here and just get her drunk. It'd be great.
Well, she's a free agent now, so
She is?
we actually knew that at the time. We knew that she'd left, but she was the guest. It wasn't let's talk about Hodinky and blah 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 blah. So that's why we didn't bring it up. People thought we were stupid and we didn't know this. Obviously, we knew this.
Like, why did you bring that out?
Yeah, I'm sure people were like, wait, you didn't mention that. It's like,
You didn't know. When did she leave? It's like, well, she left about 3 weeks ago, but we've been organising this for about 3 months. So we're not just going to say, no, we're not interested. It was like, we wanted to hear her story, how she got to where she was.
Yeah.
Because she's such a pivotal figurehead in the industry. And we've already had other, like, amazing female watch journalists, contributors. I mean, Caitlin's been on our show. It was us that got Caitlin in front of a microphone first with her shady watch shit. And look at her now. She's all like prim and proper.
Yeah.
Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth and all that.
She's
And
just,
she loves Highland coos. Caitlin at 10
into
and 2 would like it if everybody could send her photos of Highland coos, which are normal cows that are hairy from Scotland.
They're adorable.
You like them too?
Oh, I love them. They're so cute. They're like the cutest freaking cows ever.
Who's the artist that does the amazing
Inquisitive Pheasants?
Inquisitive Pheasants? Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those Highland coos?
Coos. The Inquisitive Pheasants guy, he shits out images like you wouldn't believe. I made a joke. He had like drawn a picture or something, and it had Dave and Rick caricaturized as coos. And I said, oh, Rikki's still alive. On Instagram, and within about 10 minutes, he'd another graphic drawn for me and thrown up. And I'm like,
damn,
dude, that was quick.
That's good.
We've got so many good.
That's talent.
Creators. Like whenever we have we had our 2-year anniversary, and then we had our 250th episode, and then we had the Rick face reveal. And there's a guy, and his name's Matt. And I can't remember what his. He's got some crazy, looks like Japanese username, and he's a tattoo artist. And obviously, with lockdown in the UK over the last year, he couldn't do tattooing. I mean, it's one of the things you couldn't do. And instead of just letting his talent go to waste, he was drawing things. And he did this 2-year anniversary hand-drawn pencil sketch with lots of themes from the podcast and sent it to me. And I was looking at it going, that is absolutely incredible. Couldn't put it on Instagram because it had a lot of dodgy themes in it. But we put it in the show notes. And then he knew that. And then for like our 250th episode, he did another one, and it had like Viagra and lots of other things, and we popped that in our Instagram. And then when Rick did his face reveal, he did like a cartoon strip of Pulp Fiction and Get the Gimp sleeping, and he did it with Rick. So I need to put that on Instagram. The guy's brilliant. So awesome. There's that, and then Inquisitive Pheasants did things. Art of Horology, they've done artwork for us as well. So many amazing creators out there, artists, and it's good to be able to get something from them and be able to share it in our Instagram and the show notes and things. There was a question you didn't ask.
Obviously, we thanks so much. We obviously had Dan Evans, who did the Swatch watch designs for you guys as well.
How can I forget her? Wow.
She's amazing. She is literally the most positive person I have ever encountered.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you spoken to her on the phone?
No.
That's like taking it from what you see on Instagram right up.
Straight up.
She could like create motivational videos and audiobooks and stuff. No, she's spot on. Absolutely amazing. And that's why we decided that we wanted to involve her in the project for Watch 1. And Watch 2 is getting discussed 2 days' time.
So how long did it take to like create the idea of the swatch? But I know you said it took a while.
Yeah, it was a long process because the Swiss move slowly. And
yeah, didn't you say like the actual designs and stuff and the idea of it came up quite quickly, but then the process is quite long?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a good idea in my head, things that we'd done that we could talk about and we could incorporate. But at that moment in time, we were approaching just over 200 episodes, and it was hard to remember things. So I'd gone through and made a list. Dave made a list. Rick didn't do much as usual. And then what we did was they asked the audience if they could. What did I say? I said we were looking to get posters and mouse mats and maybe T-shirts done. And what were the themes over the last 200 episodes that they remember us talking about? And the audience came back and they gave us pretty much the same stuff we already had. So we just narrowed it down. Then we thought we need to put specifics of normal Scottishism. So maybe not Scottish watches, but we put in like haggis, Edinburgh Castle, the Duke of Wellington with the traffic cone in its head, and put all these things, thistles, Loch Ness Monster, dropped all that stuff in, along with like silly things that I've said, or Rick said, or just have come up in the show. Threw it together, bullet point list, gave it to Diana, and she just drew. And I think it was the first draft. We went, yeah, that's it, it's done. Didn't have to tell her anything, didn't have to remove anything. It was Swatch that made us remove parts of it because of copyright, trademarks, and they didn't want us, because our logo is a butchered version of any old watch. It could be that. Yeah. It could be a Rolex, could be whatever. And because it wasn't a Swatch specifically, they said, no, we can't have that. And I was like, that's our logo. So we had to really butcher the logo and turn it into like a clock. But she was sneaky. She kept a couple of the watches smaller on the design, and it got past their legal team.
That's
and we're like,
right there.
Are we going to get away with it? Are we going to get away with it? And then the watch came out, and we're like, yes, got it up.
It's too late now.
Too late. Haha. So that was brilliant. Getting one over Swatch.
So who's been your favourite guest? Come on. None of this. I can't pick my favourite child.
You have two of your favourite guests right here, but
your co-hosts, your family. You're not even friends. Your family. It's like the Fast and Furious. Family is everything. Favourite guests. One of the first biggies we got was Ariel Adams, who I mentioned earlier. He was brilliant because he's trained as a lawyer, journalist, and when he came on the show, we were still a little bit naive, because, well, we're still naive, but we're worse then. It was episode 40, and he came on, and he took the show and ran with it, because he turned it and flipped it in his head like I've done with you guys, because I'm so used to asking the questions like he is. It became a great conversation. That one was good. Jean-Claude Biver, you can't top that guy for enthusiasm, and it's not put on. Because I met him in Glasgow, and again, that made me fall in love with the hobby and everything more than anything else right at the beginning. And the enthusiasm that he carried from 4 years ago to when he came on our show was just the same. And obviously, he's had health complaints and things like that along the way. And it was maybe an hour and a half. We had to try and edit the best down to 1 hour. Most recently, we've had a real run. I think episode 250 there, we had Cara, which was great. Paul Thorpe's episode. That's probably the one that we've had the most feedback of anything we've ever done. And the reason is because when we started the show and he popped back up in YouTube, we weren't convinced that he was telling the full story and the full truth about what was going on. We knew there was like something not quite right. And it took 2 years to get to the point where we were at loggerheads. And then a mutual friend kind of said, look, speak together, guys. We did. Took 2 years, we got him on the show, and we got him to talk about things he's never discussed or disclosed in public, including what really happened when he was robbed, why the police arrested him, and were more interested in him rather than going after the people that had robbed the shop, and then telling the full story about his son and the fake Rolexes, the court cases, everything. That was probably so many good guests. Those are my standouts at the moment, but there are so many. Frank Stephenson, legendary, best designer in the world for cars and all kinds of things, working with Elon Musk. He was on the show a couple of episodes ago there. There's so many great guests, and obviously you guys are the pinnacle, so nobody can touch you.
Obviously.
Of course.
Thanks. Yeah. We knew that, but we just wanted to hear it.
Yeah. This is nice. This is nice for everyone else to hear that as well.
I'll stroke your egos, and it's fine. It's all good.
So another tough question. I don't know whether it's going to be tough or not.
Mm-hmm.
Rick or Dave?
For what? In the barrel?
Whichever way you like.
Whatever you
Just as people.
Rick or Dave? They're complete. Oh, as people.
I like to see.
You can't compare them. It's like you can't compare a book to a rock. Dave
Just
is
for shits and giggles, which one's the book and which one's the rock?
for shits and giggles, because Dave is exactly the same as me, humor-wise, and I can smirk, and he can see it in video, and he knows what's coming. Rick, I can write it in a neon sign and hold it in front of him, and Rick will not know what's coming down the road, which works, and that's where the magic with the podcast happened. If it wasn't for the fact me and Rick played off each other, it wouldn't have got the traction and it wouldn't have got the engagement, because he would say something and it's not put on, it's not rehearsed, we don't script anything. He would say something that was magical and I would just jump in and give it the worst twist. And he's this God-loving, he's never sworn. I've known him 2.5 years. He's never uttered a word that you wouldn't put in front of your grandmother. Ever. He doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't take drugs, doesn't go out partying. It's all super straight-laced. So they're completely different people at opposite ends of the spectrum. So you can't pick a favourite, because I'm in the middle and they're on both sides. Yeah, and then when you get them both on a show, it's weird, because I have to bounce between the two different sides. It's like watching a game of tennis back and forward.
Yeah.
I enjoy the episodes. Scottish tennis. The ones with Dave are more intellectually stimulating, because we drilled down. When we had Waco on, we adapted the conversation, because Way's very much, he's made it. He doesn't have to watch his P's and Q's. When we had Chris from IWC on, he didn't care either. He just went for it. Guys from Oris, same story. When we have more straight-laced guests on, Dave knows how to toe the line, sorry. Whereas Rick's problem was he would always talk over the guests. He had to be the loudest voice. You've never noticed this?
Never. Not like he's like overtalked. Yeah, he's never even done that to me.
He's never done that. Oh, I remember you gave him a hard time. You gave him a very hard time, and that was after our Vortic episode, where he infamously or famously, when he decided to try and talk over the guest, and the guy from Vortic, RT, didn't have any of it, just like you, Sam. Then you came on afterwards and he tried to talk over you, and you just went,
Don't.
No.
That was really funny. Yeah.
That was one of the good things. So yeah, my favourite out of the two of them. You can't pick your favourite child, so I hate them both equally.
Good girl.
Yeah. Next. Is Lucy lost herself?
I think I wasn't sure who was getting lost. I think she's getting lost.
Wee shame. Right,
Hello?
Sam, you hit me with a question then. Oh, are you back?
Oh, is she back?
Okay.
I can hear you.
I don't know what happened there. Sorry.
I can't see you. Oh no! Okay.
Oh, dear.
It's just us
Right,
two
Sam.
now. Okay.
Hit me with it next. More professional.
What do you have your eye on next to possibly purchase? Anything? Doesn't have to be big. Just anything little.
Oh, next watch that I have, well, put a deposit on it, but you don't pay it until it's ready, is the Orage Tourbillon.
Ooh.
That is coming down the line. I have got, well, I'll tell you, it's serial number 101. So I picked that number, and it should be ready for August.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be
That's
good.
really
And
wonderful.
if everything goes according to plan, I should be going to pick it up myself in person, flying over.
Oh,
Fingers
if I do
crossed,
that,
that'd be amazing.
Because if I do that, I can wear it back, and I'd also pay tax.
smart.
Kidding on, guys. Kidding on. Kidding on. HMRC.
This is only live, Ricky. It's all right.
It's only live. You can't edit live. That's something else we learned. Yeah.
Yes.
Next.
What's your pet hate with watches? And watch brands? What don't you like within a watch that like multiple brands seem to do?
It's when they release a watch that isn't available.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
And some brands are really good at not doing that anymore. Like Tudor are good at it's with retailers the day after or the day of announcement. Oris are good for having stock available. But other brands, it's a bit like a concept car almost, because it's talked about maybe 6 months plus in advance. Then 6 months comes and it's all the pre-orders that need looked after. So it could be a year from the moment you get the release to when the actual watch appears, and by that time, the customers might have looked at it and went, "Oh, I can buy that now, or I can wait because the new announcements are coming out, and there might be something new I want." So it's just a constant cycle. Don't really like that one too much. But with watches generally, there's nothing majorly negative. Can't think of anything. There's some brands that are a bit shady, but you get that in any industry. There's car brands, there's clothing brands. No, the watch industry is pretty decent. It probably gets a hard time in some corners, but no, I mean, didn't change much of it, if any. How about you guys? Would you not like the watch industry to do an Ariel Adams and throw it back on you?
This is what we get for interviewing an interviewer.
Right. I don't love a lot of writing on the dial. Like, I don't need to know that it has an automatic movement or it's a 5-day power reserve. I don't really need to know that. Like, I know it. I don't need to like show it or yeah. That's just I just like very simple, clean stuff, and that's just why.
Yeah, I think we were joking about this just before the show. Like, I don't understand why watch companies feel the need to put the entire stat book, like stats, on the dial. Like, if we care about those things, we'll have researched them before we bought a watch. If we don't care about those things, we're not going to want them on the dial.
I think it might be a mixture of different things. Maybe one is they want to reinforce the reason you spent multiple thousands of your currency on something that is superfluous and you do not need. So if you look at it and go, well, it's got all these things in it, it was definitely worth $5,000. Or two, if it's the Swiss guys and they're obviously stuck in the past, they've looked at motor vehicles from the 1980s where on the back of it would say Ford Fiesta, Popular Plus, 1.1 L gear, 16 valve sport. So something like that maybe. But I agree. This wee guy
isn't that
here,
what the logbook's for?
Yeah, but if you're parked and you're sort of if you I don't know if you're sort of showing off to your friends and all that because you've got the M3 badge in the back of your BMW and the guy next to you has the 316 badge. I don't know. Boys and their toys.
It's worse when it's got an M badge and it's not actually an M.
Yeah, exactly. Is it not so much more on historically male-orientated watches that said the stuff? Because the women's watches had less writing on them, was that right? Have you noticed?
I would say, yeah.
I don't tend to look at many women's watches.
Did I tell you about the Breitling I was looking at?
Which one?
The 36mm.
No.
Did you see it on their Instagram?
No.
Oh, so you don't listen to podcasts and you don't look at our Instagram page. This is amazing. Getting all the juicy gossip today. Glad
some of us work.
We have a life.
Do you know what that is?
I mean, we just describe it for people listening that haven't listened or looked at the Instagram.
Yeah, it looks a bit like that, but this is a 38mm, and the other one is the
looks like the
Breitling
Notice.
36.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, ow! Just got a shock there. Rick must be.
That's what you get.
Doing things to me. Yeah.
Karma.
Karma. No, it's a really nice. I think it's a Chronomat, maybe. I don't know, but really nice watch. And you know how everyone's all about this whole women wearing guys' watches stuff.
Is this the mint one? The mint dial one?
Yeah. So I've asked Breitling if they can send us one of them, and I'm going to see what it wears like because Rolex have gone down to 36mm. So this Breitling at 36mm, it doesn't have any. It hasn't been. Was it pink and shrink? They've not done that to it. It doesn't look like a woman's watch. It looks fairly unisex. So I'm going to get that, see what it actually wears like, and flip the script. Instead of girls wearing guys' watches, I'm going to do it the other way around.
I think you'll like it. It fits really well.
Make it acceptable.
It looks awesome.
Have you tried it on, Sam?
Yeah, I've tried on the 36 with and without diamonds. I like it without diamonds the most. But the diamonds are really well put together and it looks really beautiful, but I'd rather go for just the clean dial, but I think you'll really like it. It fits really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you were looking to get a watch. Rikki, stop being an interviewer.
No, there was some silence I was trying to fill. I thought you'd paused again there. You were just staring blankly into space like you're on standby.
Yeah, I know. I left.
Have another drink,
for a moment. I was annoyed.
That's it. Activate those remaining brain cells. Yay.
Such a dick.
Mm-hmm. What's that you're drinking anyway? Is that a urine sample?
It'd be pretty tasty if it was.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much.
Polly's Moonwrecker Pale Ale. No, you were on the lookout for a new watch, a new purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Orage Tourbillon that you
Decided
ended
on
up
that.
with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long process trying to figure out what I wanted. And it was only because Raj got in touch to say, right, the next development's happened, this is coming out, because they had massive problems. They're an independent brand that people think have only been around for a couple of years, and they've got about 12 years of history. They've designed movements, they've got their own in-house, genuine in-house movements. They've got a brand new one coming out, the K2, which has got micro rotor, and they were working in collaboration. You all right there, Lucy?
Yeah.
No, so down your top. They've got this new movement. Not that there's much to see, but a minute ago, you were kind of hovering over the front. So they had this Le Jour Perret collaboration coming out for their tourbillon movement, and then Le Jour Perret kind of screwed them over. They decided to create their own one. Me and you obviously interviewed Marcella from the brand.
Yeah.
Then they had them coming out to the first guys that had pre-ordered, and when the news came out, I thought, right, okay, that's perfect, because I've been looking for a watch to celebrate the 2-year anniversary. Couldn't find anything. I was after a Zenith Defy Swiss Beats. Couldn't find that anywhere. And I thought, I'll just go for this one, because I think it's going to come in about $6,500, $7,000 all in for a genuine 120 hour plus. Almost, well, you can get them COSC certified, but they're all going to be within COSC, genuine Swiss tourbillon, and it's limited production. I think they're only making a couple hundred of them or something like that, and then it's done. So I thought that's perfect. And they're good guys. We've interviewed them. We've had them on the show a couple of times. We've interviewed their designers, so they're from good stock.
Yeah, absolutely loved them. Yeah, I really like them as a company. I think they're a really good choice. And it's crazy that you can get a tourbillon for that kind of money, where some other brands charge way up there for a tourbillon.
They get
you're just sort of setting a standard now, because this is an in-house tourbillon now.
Well, when Tag brought out their not nanograph, whatever the one before the nanograph was, for around about 17,000 with the Swiss tourbillon in it, the industry went nuts. I think the story was somebody at Patek called up the guys at Tag LVMH and went, "What are you guys doing? You're ruining the industry here," because there's this falsehood that these things are super expensive. And I've said in the show as well, to create a chronograph movement is more. There's more knowledge and in-depth ingenuity involved in a chronograph. There's more parts versus a tourbillon. So it's a complete bullshit exercise to say that a tourbillon is more advanced and it should cost more and all those things. But people love it. People love to swallow the Swiss-made thing as well. Yeah. Watch industry loves and hates. Swiss industry, Swiss-made. You can basically create a watch anywhere in the world, China, get it designed, all the rest of it, send it to Switzerland for the guy to connect the bracelet. And if he gets paid a wage that is a certain percentage, it fluctuates a little bit, around about sort of maybe 40 to 60%. If he puts the bracelet on and you pay him X amount of money, you can say that watch is Swiss made and put it in the dial. So that's kind of shit. Wow. Don't get away with that in the UK. It's very difficult to put British made, and in America to put American made or American built is really tricky. They've got standards. So
yeah,
bonus.
Yeah, we did like a British and a US show a couple of weeks back, and
I saw that one.
Thanks. We found like a lot of UK brands, but not so many that were entirely made in the US.
Yeah, there's always
Who did you find that was.
They were mixed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them still outsource their movements to Switzerland or Japan.
Yes, the US ones, is it RGM, Vortic, Weiss?
Vortic. Yeah, I don't really know much about Weiss. Still
good brand.
I sometimes forget how fresh I am still to the watch world.
You're doing fine.
I've never heard of that.
You'll go far.
No, we had like Autodromo, Belova Vortec, Monta, and a couple of others. So.
Oh, just American brands. It's not like start to finish they make their own movements and stuff. It was just American watch companies.
Well, we really struggled. Well, I really struggled to find American brands that from start to finish everything is
they're-
made in the US.
Yeah, like they're based here. They're based here
Yeah.
in America, but their parts and everything is made somewhere else. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
they
there's a
still
ton.
get the
There's like speaking with Catelyn all the time, Norcane, Monta, Nodus, obviously. Lots of smaller independents. Halios, maybe? Are they American?
I think
yes.
they're Canadian.
Yeah, they're Canadian too.
It's all the same thing, isn't it, really? Northern American.
Rikki!
What?
Can't say that.
That
They
is
get very
controversial.
sensitive. Very
What are you gonna
sensitive
do about it?
subject between.
It's all good.
Are you English, Rikki?
No, but my Tinder date on Sunday was.
How many have you got lined up?
At the moment, let me think. Can't disclose that.
Can't disclose that. Okay, we'll save it for after.
A figure larger than one.
A figure larger than one. It's about as vague as I was expecting. Actually,
one. It wasn't from. It was one of the. It was other apps available. It was somebody I'm speaking to. Twigged about the watch stuff because some of my pictures, because I've not really done much in the last year, so it's difficult to get new photographs. You know, it's old material from the archives, and one of them was a screenshot from one of the videos I'd made with all the watches and stuff on the table. And she was like, "Oh, watches? Do you know about watches?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, right. I really like this, that, and the other. Looking for a new Breitling." So a potential person I'm helping look at Breitlings and stuff. So.
you can a girl you can take watch shopping.
That's an expensive girl. If they want you to take them watch shopping.
That is the right
It's kind
one.
of the best. It's kind of the best girl. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, no. She knows stuff. What? You're in a different country. You don't do Breitling. So.
No, we don't. Well, I don't.
Yeah, but no. The girl at Sunday, her voice was a little bit like yours, Lucy. So I was put off immediately.
It's just reminded you of me. You're like,
Yeah,
that might be a little bit weird.
I can't do this. I gotta
This
go.
is like I'm dating.
It's all good. It's all good. No, she's an Essex girl.
That'll grate on me. Let's not do that.
Okay.
I
She's
don't
an
sound
Essex
like
girl.
I'm not from Essex.
How far away is your place? That I won't announce where you are in case people don't know where you are.
I think it's at least an hour and a half, 2 hours south.
I'm getting calls from people as I'm on the line. Shit.
Oh my god.
I've had 2 phones so far already. Anyway,
Rikki,
so just a couple hours away.
Rikki is a watch bachelor. Oh my god, we could. Yeah, we're gonna pimp you out on the page.
I thought that's what this was all about.
Perfect.
This is my video advert.
Yep.
Rikki is getting pimped out for sure.
Time to shine.
Definitely. In which case, we should probably ask the key question. Sam,
This is.
would you like to ask it?
Absolutely. This has been like a tradition when we have people on, and apparently you just haven't watched, so you don't know. But
Amnesia. You know, it can strike at any age.
So we got this question. Like we asked people to put in questions, and so we got this question, and we answered it.
Yeah.
So watch on or off during sex?
Off. It gets caught in her hair when you're like wrapping the hair around the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Always
why he doesn't
thinking.
like to have hair.
Depending which wrist you're using. I mean, the watch can come off dead easily when there's like motions and things, so you got to be careful. You can cause internal damage with those kind of things.
How far in are you going that your watch is risking?
Sometimes, like
damage.
Sometimes the arm that doesn't have the watch on it comes out with a watch. It's phenomenal.
That's bonus payment.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Depends
That's it. It's like a
Depends who you're
surprise.
with.
It's like an unboxing. He took out the box.
Okay, fair. Yeah, fair. I'll give you points for that one.
Yep.
Oh,
I feel like it was entirely unintentional,
yeah, it
but
was.
I'm giving you points anyway.
Unboxing. Fantastic.
I might need to rename this.
The unboxing show. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rikki unboxes.
That's brilliant.
On that note, we should probably wrap up.
That's
Wrap
it.
up.
That is the end of our show, people.
It's always a great way to end like that. Yeah.
Oh, with a bang, literally.
Wait. Perfect.
Lovely. Thank you, everybody, for joining us
Thank
this week.
you. Sorry for the ending.
It wasn't happy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Rikki was happy, but the rest of us weren't.
Just uncomfortable.
Well, that's an hour and 10 minutes. It's usually a lot quicker than that.
I mean, the question was only 2 minutes, so that's probably on par.
It took a while to get you in.
Makes sense.
I know. It's all good.
Rikki, where can people find you?
In my house, but online everywhere. Scottish Watches at Scottish Watches. Podcast out twice a week, Mondays, Thursdays. Listen, it's great. YouTubey stuff, and sometimes time in the week, maybe. Although you guys would never ask me on, and I had to basically bounce in and go, "Hello, fuckers."
We didn't realise you wanted to be part of the crew.
I mean,
But,
yeah.
now we know you're up for it.
Gagging for it, yeah, anytime.
Oh,
Perfect.
single life. Everyone, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to check out Scottish Watches on your podcast of choice. It's SWL Lugs Edition, I think. Something like that. And make sure you switch on the bell and subscribe. And that's it. We will see you all next week, hopefully with Sam back. Fingers crossed.
Please, God, Sam, come back.
Smile and wave,
Bye-bye.
guys. Smile and wave. Bye-bye.
Oh, she left. And we're still,
Boom.
we're
Out of there.
still live. We're still live. Okay, we're next.
Are we? Oh, right,
yeah.
What things can we say about her? What can we say about
We're
her?
still running.
What's all the juicy gossip?